Alright, so I was just walking around here in DayZ 2017, the new DayZ mod, and as I was walking towards Kamenka, there's a Blockade, I'm not really sure right now, I see this on the horizon. I don't know what the fuck happened here. I mean, it's new DayZ content, so you're always expecting hackers, but I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. I think those are ships? Like battleships? Let's go check it out. Alright, so on closer inspection, it appears I was right. Someone has created a barricade of battleships. I wonder if I can get on top of one of these. There was some smoke coming up from over there, but I'm not sure what was causing it. I was really hoping I might be able to find a ladder on the side of one of these. Probably won't be able to reach it though, since it's supposed to be at the water line. Oh? Oh, it's a telephone pole. Never mind. It's funny, I was just thinking the other day, it'd be neat if some of the DayZ maps had ships like this just kind of sitting out in the ocean with some loot on them or something. These look like they're missing a lot of detail though, so I think these are, I guess, probably used in like the background of some map or something, because they seem way too under-detailed to be meant to be seen up close. Getting some peripheral dots, but I think those are just zombies. Yeah. Sounds like somebody died under one of these ships. Yeah. Kind of expect... Oh, it keeps going down the horizon. Maybe I can follow these like a path. I've also discovered that the front, like, third of the ship is not actually solid, but the back part is. That seems a little weird. But it, again, goes with my hypothesis that these ships are from some campaign map where you don't actually get near them. And I'm still running along the barricade, or Blockade as I've taken to calling it, and we've reached Blockade now, and it doesn't look like any sign of this stopping. I'm gonna keep following it and see how far it goes. Now, I thought that the barricade ended here at Blockade, because, you know, you can see it stops right there. But then I noticed on the airfield that it keeps going. There's just a gap in it for whatever reason. So, onward we go. Well, there are no ships between Blockade and those ships. There does appear to be these one square barricades along the railroad for some strange reason. Also, I seem to have run into a bit of trouble with the undead authorities in the area, and I might actually bleed out before I find out what it's the end of this path. Starting to bleed out, but the boat barricade stretches on. I'm guessing this probably runs right through the middle of Cherno, judging by the fact that it doesn't seem to follow the coastline. Will I be able to make it before I run out of blood? Oh, there's one there that's low enough I'm able to get on top of it. Or through it. As I feared, the boats are not particularly solid. I'm surprised that I haven't exploded into broken bones yet. I do remember one time I was hanging out with a hacker on the server who was, you know, spawning vehicles and doing interesting stuff, and not just dropping everyone from the sky like the usual boring, lazy fucking hackers. And he tried spawning a boat, not one of these boats, a slightly smaller boat, to kind of use as an ocean base. Unfortunately, while it was more solid than these boats, it would still have the tendency to make you fall through it and be trapped in the ocean or break your legs and then drown at the bottom of the ocean. Except, of course, you can't actually drown. so you would be stuck laying there on the bottom of the ocean. So that didn't work out so well. But yeah, I think maybe that's a neat thing that's missing from DayZ. I mean, you've got these maps with all this ocean out there, and there's already boats. So why not just put like a abandoned cargo ship or something out in the ocean in one of the maps? You know, give players something to do on the water. Make like a little tent base out there on a boat. Just a neat idea, I think, that someone should capitalize on. I know Taviana, one of the newer maps, has oil rigs, and I mean, that's sort of a similar thing. I think, yeah, I was just about to say, we are out of blood. I'm gonna see if I can get a spawn near here and check out the end of this Blockade. Alright, so conveniently I actually did get the spawn on the east side of Chernogorsk, which, you know, it turns out Cherno is in rough shape, worse than I thought, because the Blockade seems to have completely covered the city. So I wonder if maybe we can swim around these. Also, completely wrecking the frame rate. But I think from the smokestacks over there, those are actually a different kind of boat. Kind of curious now if they completely covered the city or just kind of encircled it. A very literal blockade, though I don't think that's really how you're supposed to do a blockade. It does seem a little weird that these boats all seem to be at different heights. Like some of them are melted into the ground, and some of them aren't. Alright, so it does actually cover the whole city, I guess. I suppose I can clip my way through these boats. Oh, that's probably why there's so many. Well, we can at least confirm that it doesn't go any farther than Cherno. It seems to stop right here. But I can see how covering one of the most important loot cities in the game can be, you know, pain in the ass for players. I wonder if I can get to the north side where that big jumble was. Let's head back there. We seem to have found something else. There appears to be some C-130s jammed into these boats. I wonder if you can get in these. There was that C-130 and that one hacker video I did on Taviana, where a hacker spawned a couple of these, but I don't actually know how to get in one. Or if you can even get in these ones. Is that a C-130? Not 100% sure. I'm sure if I got in one of these, it would just instantly explode. And what are those? Barracks buildings? Just threw everything at Cherno, apparently. My frame rate has been halved. Alright, we got some slightly more detailed, solid-looking boats. Australian boats? Alright, the barracks seem to go off into the forest. My frame rate is just not having any of this. Which I guess makes sense, there is a fucking shit ton of boats piled on top of each other. Well, can we actually get in the city from here? Oh, there's more C-130s down here. They almost appear to be flyable. Except for the fact that they look like they're already in flight. And thus are probably not enterable. Well, someone certainly had fun. I just wish they had left some hacker goodies around like they do sometimes. I'd love to fly one of these around. Though I think there actually are a couple maps now with the C-130 that spawn on them. Like Panthera. I think it's Panthera. Either Panthera or Taviana, one of the big islands. I was gonna say, what is that? But it's a crushed fence. Can I not get in this thing at all? Oh, I can open the cargo doors. Just let me in there. Which, wait. Oh, this is... I was gonna say, this is probably from a mission where you have to parachute out, and that's why you get the choice to open the doors. Because otherwise I can't see why you'd be able to open the doors. Also, I'm curious, what happens if I open them while standing on them? Am I gonna get smushed? No? Probably be able to explain this better if I had played any of single-player Arma, but since I haven't, I don't know where all of these resources are coming from. I mean, this is clearly a already in-flight C-130, which is weird that it's not making any noise. Let's see if we can find anything else neat around here. Otherwise, I think we'll call it a close. Mystery unsolved. Well, I'm walking around to the east side of Cherno, and it doesn't seem like there's any break in the wall. There was a spot where I almost managed to fit through, but there was a C-130 jammed into the boat to make sure you couldn't just walk through the non-solid part. Like this one. Where I can kinda get through, but then even if I do, there's a fucking plane in the way. And those are completely solid. Also, got hit by a zombie again, and since this is DayZ 2017, and kind of stupid, that means I'm gonna bleed to death from one hit, since you don't start with bandages. Because, you know, the DayZ 2017 team decided that DayZ was not hard enough, and they would have to remove any sort of ability to survive more than 5 minutes. Oh, can I fit under these before I bleed out again? Also, I'm pretty sure you bleed out faster as well. I seem to have made it into the city. There was, in fact, a gap. Not that it's going to matter much in about 30 seconds. Now the heartbeat has started. Cherno Hospital is just down the road, but since they changed the spawns, and by change I just mean they removed most of them, which is, again, dumb. It's one thing to remove military weapons, but it's another to just remove most of the spawns, even some of the ones that are, like, not particularly great spawns, like the apartment buildings and stuff. They seem to have removed a bunch of those. So I'm wondering if the hospital is just going to be a complete bust, or if I might be able to find some fucking bandages there. Assuming I don't, you know, bleed out before I get there. Which, I might, because I think I have about 1,500 blood or less right now. Which is too bad, because I bet Cherno would be a pretty safe place from other players right now, with only one way in. Oh, come on, zombie. Cut me some slack. What will be funny is when I get to the hospital, only to realize the window is unbroken and I don't have a weapon with which to break them. Or even any tin cans. Oh, fuck me. Oh, I thought I stopped bleeding out for a second, but it was just like, why are there a bunch of zombies spawning in the apartment buildings? Like, Okay, maybe one or two, but there's like 30 that just came out of that one. Oh, let's hope there's something on the roof. And now I'm starting to have a spaz attack. Alright, there is no box on the roof. And I bet there's no box in the back either. Sometimes there's a box by the back of the ladder. Oh, there is one down there. Honestly, even if I find some bandages here, I don't think I'm going to be able to survive very long. Oh, that's just harsh. I died right on top of the box. Well, I guess that's it for crazy boat barricade hacks. And, we'll see you all next time. What the fuck? Is that a fucking gyrocopter? Certainly what it looks like.